Okay, no names, but yeah, you're right. Like I feel like we have people that forget that they know us,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's like you can't judge us by our memes. Like we, I don't feel like I've changed at all.
no, we haven't.
Yeah,
I know it's it's everyone else's changed.
yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
not that. It's everyone's perception has gotten so wild recently. Over the 2020 changed everybody.
yeah,
It changed. Not
politic.
okay. It didn't
Yeah,
change. It changed everyone's perception of everybody.
yeah, because then
Right.
they're like you have to be on the team, otherwise you're not on the team. I'm like,
I hate that I'm not on any team, and like that. Just it's the damn Star Wars. If you're not with me, you're against me. Blah blah. I'm like, can I
yeah,
just be left alone? Like again, I'm not gonna get personal on the podcast, but I have a bunch of stuff going on in my own life. I don't have the mental energy to be consumed by everything. I
yeah,
just don't. I have my own stuff going on. I have a life. I have this career we're trying to do. I'm trying to do this. I have projects I'm working on. I have a regular day job. I have bills to pay. I have my apartment. Like, I can't be worrying about what's happening in some third world country or what's happening to people who aren't me or someone that I know.
yeah.
I
Like
that just can't. I can't do it.
if you ask me, like, what do you think about this? Obviously, I think it's terrible, but also like you
Yeah, I
gotta
hate what
under-
they're doing to the Israeli Defense Force. Disgusting.
But like, what pisses me is people were like, "Oh, but like some things you post, some things you say." I'm like, "You know me."
Yeah, no, but they don't know you. They people have just for maybe it's because we all were in quarantine. We didn't see each other. And we forgot
Yeah,
each other, and now everyone's just living off of what we see for the last year on Instagram.
I'm like they think that I got like red pill, and I'm like, "No, you got radicalized
Yeah,
the other way around." What are you talking about? I'm like, I'm still the same guy. I just
I
I find making fun of what people consider sacred is the funniest shit to me. It's just that now that like it's it's shifted to the other side. Now it's like whoa, 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 and I'm like, this is what we've been doing the whole time.
yeah.
Is memes have
People
always
have
been about that.
it's crazy, and there are people who I used to be able to take shots at things they like. I would make little jokes, and
Yeah,
I can't do that. Like people have just stopped talking to me. You know?
yeah, and it's funny because it's the people that are, I would say, maybe the closest to the issues. They're not really the ones that have an issue with me.
Yeah,
It's the fucking pretenders.
yeah. It's
It's always the
nuts.
people who have never been affected by any of this shit.
Yeah, it's
What the fuck was that?
that is my spray that keeps this room smelling nice.
Oh, I should get one of those, bro. My fucking entire apartment smells like dog shit.
Why?
Because I have so
Clean your damn room.
No,
and
no,
wash
no.
your clothes.
It used to smell like, and I was like, why the fuck? No, I had the window open, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had my boxing gloves near the window, and I was like, that'll like take the smell out. And then I realized it's just air throwing the fucking smell in. So I bought this thing called a glove deodorizer,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically looks like a ball sack, and you put one ball in each glove, and so it's just like it's basically like it smells like potent, but it smells like Axe.
Mm.
So it just like basically like makes the glove smell good like all the time, and I realized that it was gone. I was like, oh, that was it. I
So
just
your
had to.
apartment doesn't smell like that anymore. Is what you're saying?
It still smells pretty bad, but it's because it's a very small apartment.
Yeah. Oh
And-
yeah. I don't think I've been to your new one. Is
Oh,
it?
you
No.
have?
Yeah, I have. It's the hotel room.
Yeah, and like
I was describing that to my friend. I was like, yeah, my buddy lives in a hotel room that got turned into an apartment building.
dude, I can't wait to get out of there and get like a 1 bedroom because I really think it's a matter of space. Because
I couldn't imagine living in a studio apartment.
no, because it's really I know what it is. It's the fucking trash can. I have to like literally spray it like full of Febreze, and I'm like, what? Like I'm like I would have to be taking the trash out every day.
You can't be bringing the hose over when your room smells like dirty trash can.
I literally own like I take the trash can out like right before I would have any girl over. If it's planned. If it's not planned, I'm like, bitch, you're already here.
Yeah, deal with it.
No, it's just like, what are you gonna be like? Oh, everything I've said so far about the Palestinians has been cool, but you're gonna draw the line at a smelly room.
I'm very weird about my stuff being like organized. I don't like having anyone over my rooms and not like clean.
No, but that's
I'm-
exactly why I want a 1 bedroom because
Yeah,
I
it's-
want to have my room separated from my fucking living
Yeah.
room.
You need space, like, and you need
Yeah.
to make sacrifices. I just threw away like 4 boxes full of my childhood stuff. It was in the living room,
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, this needs to go. I put 2 of them in the storage downstairs. The other 4, I sifted through them, and I was like, listen, I haven't opened these in 3 years, So I haven't missed it before. I ain't gonna miss it now. Hope I don't think about this a year from now. Toss it in the trash.
Yeah, I went to my storage unit and I was like, I've been living my life without anything that I have in here. So I went in and like I checked it again. I was like, all right, there's some things just because like they have sentimental value.
Yeah, I had to keep a few things.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, I just threw away the rest that I know had no value, and I got a smaller unit with just furniture that I'm hoping that I can sell because I don't want to just throw it away because you know what I mean. I have hope that I'll get some money out of it, but honestly, nobody's buying it. I think I'm literally just gonna have to fucking burn the whole thing down.
You have to like tell yourself, I'm gonna do it
because I already put them up for sale, and like, remember my bar? Remember that from the old apartment?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell that for like $100, and nobody would buy it. I'm like, this shit's worth like fucking $800. Yeah, nobody wants to fucking buy it.
I want to sell my sound system. I paid a bunch of money for that thing, and I can't even use it because I have the upstairs of an apartment building.
But see, like shit like that, and you would expect that it would go like
yeah
quick, and I was like, fuck, I can't
need
fucking
to
sell anything.
get around to it. I had to dig through all my stuff, make sure there were so many of my old sketchbooks and notepads. Like I flipped through them.
No, I gave those all to my dad, and because like I guess I don't know, I trust him to like care more about them because I don't want to get lost, but I don't want to have like a bunch of shit, and he just keeps them in his office.
Funny enough, anything I had left with my mom just got tossed last week, so I was like, Jesus. That's not an option.
Yeah. No, it's just like my daddy. He asked, I forget what he asked me, and I was actually, how about this? I was like, how about you keep my archives?
Yeah, keep the Miguel. Sorry, when you inevitably end up killing somebody on the news.
No, and then they're gonna be like, I wonder why you did it. And then they're gonna go through my notebooks. There's gonna be a bunch of stupid shit. Like guy who shoots himself in the balls. Maybe story here. There's gonna be a bunch of shit like that. They're like guy who, they're like bath salts. Maybe they're made with dark magic. Good movie idea.
I was flipping through so many of my my old notes and stuff. Just like I have one story.
Yeah,
that I've been literally evolving and working on since I was like 10.
You still have like, was it a notebook?
It's just changed so much because when I was a kid and I was like 9, I was like, what if me and all my friends were superheroes? And then then it like a month later, it's like, what if we were in space? And then I was like, what if it was like Star Wars? And like, what if Star Wars, the military was like more realistic? And it's just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. And it's like, I was looking through, I was like, damn. 8-year-old me was retarded. This would never be made into a movie.
They're like, what if you and your friends were?
But yeah, and it's totally different now, and it's something I revisit all the time. Like I'll get frustrated with it, and I'll leave it because I'm like, what should I do with this? Like I want to. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'll make this into a movie. Now, like this would be like an expensive ass movie.
$400 million. Yeah, I wrote a bunch of shit like that when I was younger, and I'm like, I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's just what you have to do because, like, again, the idea I have off of this now, is really good, at least in my opinion.
Right.
You know, I was like, oh, you know, right now it's like Sicario but sci-fi stuff. I'm like, okay, this is fun. You know, but you know, it's different from what it was before, and like, but I wouldn't have this idea now if I wasn't retarded when I was 8.
No, yeah, I mean, people, I don't give a shit if they steal it, but I always like, when I was, my first movie idea that I ever wrote, I wrote that it would be like, have you ever seen that show? I think it's called like My Enemy or something. It was Christian Slater, and like basically he has 2 personalities, and one personality, he's like basically like the way that he keeps like his CIA like identity undercover is that he has a split personality
that he activates.
Yeah, and then he just is like a normal dad, you know what I mean? So that he has no memories or whatever.
Never seen it, but I love Christian Slater.
Right, so it was something like that, but like there were like I had like parallel realities, you know, because I had just watched The One with Jet Li.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? So it was something like that, and I remember like reading it later, just through my notebook. I'm like, this would have been like $400 million. Like, am I out of my fucking mind?
Yeah. No, I've looked back at all this stuff. I'm like, wow.
I even wrote that I wanted Ben Affleck to play the main character.
I would do that stuff too when I was a kid, and I looked back. I was like, damn, I wanted like the most minor character to be played by Matt Damon.
the fucking trash man. He's like, it's Al Pacino.
I think that's I think that is good for writing though, to have like, because a lot of actors, you kind of know the type of person they play, and I think that
Yeah.
helps you write characters with more dimension. Is, you know, if make them feel distinct. I mean,
Dude,
if you kind of have something in mind.
I wrote my first script I ever wrote. The whole time that I was writing it,
Mhm.
I had Brian Callen in mind,
Really?
and then he got bamboozled.
Yeah.
And
you
I'm
get
like, well, I
bamboozled.
guess it's over. I guess he could never play this character because it was like it was supposed to be like an action comedy, but the whole point of the thing is that like the dude is like late 40s, you know what I mean, and he's not like the typical tough guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, Brian Callen's half of his act is him acting like he's like a tough guy, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, this would be a perfect role.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's over.
Now he's gone. Yeah, I've like, this is funny. Just saw this reminiscing. I was looking back the other day on a script I wrote when I was 18 that I didn't finish,
Yeah.
and it's actually like I like when I go back and I read something. I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't great, but like this is a lot better than I thought I was when I was 18. You know.
Yeah.
And I was looking back on it. I was like, hey, this isn't half bad. And I don't know. I'm like, I need to finish this. Like maybe because you know, like you go through those like spells where it's like, oh, no new ideas, and like none of the ideas I'm working on, like
Right.
I'm interested in, and I hit this, and it was it's like a mystery thriller with the main character is a detective played by Jonah Hill, but like skinny Jonah Hill, like maniac Jonah
Yeah.
Hill.
He actually got pissed off.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen.
We watched his post he put on Instagram. He's like, stop talking about my body.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I've heard about it.
And I'm like, that's something and only an ugly person would say.
But he's a
Right.
good looking guy when he's skinny too.
Here's the thing. It's fucked up that they keep like
Bringing it up.
bringing it up.
Yeah,
and-
it's insane because it was his brand. But
Yeah.
I had skinny Jonah Hill as a detective,
Yeah.
to clarify, and Charlie Day is like a drunk, like,
oh,
disgraced
interesting.
cop.
Yeah.
'cause I mean, Jonah Hill people accept as a serious actor. I think Charlie Day could totally. I think he has an Oscar thing in him somewhere.
I guess you know he was supposed to be in Louis.
His show?
No, in Louis, he made a movie like right before he got canceled, and it never got released.
The one where with the kid or something.
So he has a 17-year-old daughter
Yes.
that starts dating an old producer who's played
Mhm.
by John Malkovich.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer. It never
Yeah.
got released.
No, it got pulled, but I heard it wasn't actually that good.
Damn.
Which I found because I don't know, like when I was writing Brother, I realized,
We need to explain what that is after you're done saying this.
oh well, I mean it's a show that we're trying to get off the ground.
Yeah, we'll talk
Like
because
a web series.
yes, this is us officially announcing it. We haven't announced it anywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about it.
it's
after.
it'll be nothing like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, we're goofy guys on here, but like I
All
I
our
write
writing-
basically all serious shit.
Yeah.
Except, well, I mean, no, I write like I'll write some stuff that's funny, but not like
Yeah.
it'll be like Wolf of Wall Street, like where there's jokes in it, but the story is not really a
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, while I was writing that, I had a painful realization. I was like, writing episodes is way easier for me than writing a full movie, and maybe that's the way it is for everybody. And I'm just like freaking out for no reason.
About that?
You know?
James Gunn,
Oh, really?
because he's doing the Peacemaker show that he's writing and directing, and that's
Oh,
his first
right,
time
right,
working on a TV show. And he was talking about how, like, I don't know if he specifically said easier, but how different it is. Like how you just have so much more breathing room. It's like you can there's like pretty much more time than you could ever want to focus on everything. When you're making like a 45-minute, one season drama,
Yeah.
10, 13 episodes, you have more time than you've ever had before to like focus on every little thing you want to.
I feel the opposite. To me, it's more like it forces me to get to the point of things where, like, when I'm writing a movie, sometimes I feel that I have to keep adding shit. And I think it's literally just a mental hurdle. I think if I wrote a movie by writing 5 episodes and then combining them, it would be easier. I don't know what it is. It's just
I
something
think
in my
it's just
head.
easier for me when I see that 45-minute and post and goal thing, whatever.
Yeah, like I feel like it's a complete psychological thing
Yeah.
where like you don't feel so. Well,
Yeah.
at least I don't feel so overwhelmed. Like, oh my god, this has to be like at least fucking 90 pages.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
like across every episode, you have more time to focus on what you want. But like that, every individual episode,
Yeah.
you feel like it's like, okay, I know what to do here. Like I can hit this end goal. I can finish this in like 3 days, 4 days, whatever. Whereas like a script, I like started. I'm like, I'm never gonna finish this. The only thing that I said like I'm gonna finish this was Tales After Dark, which
Yeah.
something me and Miguel worked on. And because that one I originally wrote as a short, and I don't know. Like I can't do this again because the approach I had was incidental. Where
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna write this, and whatever it ends up being, that's the length it's gonna be, and it's either gonna be a short or it's gonna be a feature length thing. And I was like, okay, beginning, middle, end, and it ended up being like 30 pages. And I was like, okay, it's a short. And then I showed it off to someone. They're like, this is good, but I don't know anything about getting shorts made. It's like, why don't you make this full length? And I was like, okay. And then I was like, now I know how to do this. And we ended up turning into 3 30-minute things that make up the whole movie.
Yeah, shorts are fucked up because it's the cheapest way for you to get noticed, but they have basically zero commercial value.
Yeah, no.
But you need to
prove that you can
make something exactly. And like, because people are like, dude, if this fool can't even make a competent short, we're gonna trust him to make a competent movie. It's fucked up. But
yeah,
I get it, but I'm like, damn, like this shit, like if you want your short to not be garbage, it's fucking hard.
It is hard because it does require money, and it's hard to get people to put in money when you have to sell them on this is not going to make money.
And it's not as efficient as a movie too, because I was just thinking about like, I was like, I think if my thesis had been 20 pages, it would have cost me basically the same, just because I would have needed the same amount of locations or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if you think, for example, like for like a movie or something, you're like, well, yeah, I mean, like it will cost you more, but in terms of like efficiency of like, you know, per hour or whatever, it actually ends up being less money.
Yeah.
Because you use your assets more.
Yeah.
In the short, you just fucking smoke them.
Yeah, shorts are hard.
Yeah.
And again, the big thing, you just have to crowdfund it. Like, honestly, like no one's going to come along and
you have to play the race card hard, basically.
You have to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like, again, advice from people, me and Miguel. It's just, again, as I said, it's hard to pitch someone on, hey, I need this money. You're not going to see it back, by the way.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is like, I made my first short when I was 18 with .5 Studios, and it cost $500 to get it made, and it did not make anywhere near $500 back.
Of course not. No,
Yeah.
no, nothing makes it.
Yeah, sure. So that's the difficulty with it, and yeah, this is what we're trying to do with Brother. So I'll talk about that for a little bit, I guess, because I just had this idea one day, and I was like, me and Miguel could totally do this if we sat down and we're like, all right, you know, let's get this done. Because for backstory, me and Miguel have almost done something before. We've talked about this before. When we got to the end of the come up, we got to the very end of that, and it
imploded
twice.
Yeah, exactly.
For the dumbest reasons, both times.
Well, because we had an actor that blocked me.
Yeah.
Because I guess I kept annoying him. They're like, hey, we got to shoot.
Like one of the main actors who was in every scene.
Yeah, exactly.
And we had one more day left. Yeah, and then a dumb thing about a location thing. So me and Miguel are working on this, and it's like, it's going to be 10, you know, like 8 to 10 minute episodes. And we've been working on it for a minute. We're working with Ben, Ben Goff. There you go.
One of our listeners.
One of our yeah, we'll say one of our listeners. One of my good friends who I've worked on with things before. And this is just something we're gonna do, and it's what you do with every short. It's like you have to make this, and you have to just put it out there and like be like, hey, look, I can do something, and we want to do something like that's like high quality, and it's like because I think we're telling like something sophisticated. Right?
I agree.
Because we're not doing. I think we're doing something that's not like typical, short stuff or like what it like. You know, you see a lot of people that I follow on Instagram. A lot of people kind of follow like a type of mold of what you're expected to do with shorts and low budget stuff. But we really like when I set out writing something, like I want to treat it like this is like what I always say. Like when I'm trying to get ready to show something or I'm getting ready to write something or make something, like you have to treat it like everyone on the world is gonna watch it. Like this is like you treat it like HBO's gonna like publish it tomorrow. And when you talk about it and you want to market it to people, you need to treat it like everyone in the world is like waiting and like watching you and like like everyone wants to hear like everything about it. Because like you need to bring that energy to everything you do, and that's what because that'll push you through so much stuff. You know, just in terms of getting things done, and that's what we're trying to do with this. And
yeah, because I mean, if we're not gonna do it well, might as well not do it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna do something with that soon. It's gonna be weird. And if you listen to this, I think it's gonna be very surprising. The shock, because like you'd think me and Miguel would do something goofy about like two dudes jacking each other off in like a dark room.
Well, that was kind of the come up.
The come up
was pretty much a comedy.
The come up.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever talked about it in depth, and I won't now. But it was my pitch for it was like It's Always Sunny meets Atlanta meets Breaking Bad, but about like L.A. life. And
I mean, there were characters that were based
on us.
Yeah, well, not on me, but
not on Miguel, because
on a friend of ours.
Yeah, Obi, and then Carlos, who's worked with us on this. So if you've listened to it from the beginning, you know Carlos.
Yeah,
and then me, and it was that was also quality stuff though. Like there was so much that I've looked back at some of those scripts. Like I'll be like late at night and I'll be like I'll see it somewhere. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll flip to this and see how bad it is. I'm like, oh, it's pretty funny.
It's good, but I'm like I read it back and I'm like, this was pretty like niche.
I don't think so.
For writing. Well, I mean, in the sense of like, this seems like something that would go like in FX or something.
Yeah, that's
you know?
And that's what's. Yeah. That was the big thing when I first sat down with Carlos, because me and Carlos, I had the idea and I talked to him, and that's when I met Miguel, because he goes, "Oh, I know someone who will help us with this."
Yeah.
And we were talking, and Carlos was like, "Where would you want to see this go? Like, like Hulu, whatever, HBO." And I was like, "FX, the GOAT. FX is the greatest."
We are gonna have to go protest them for removing Sunny episodes,
yep.
and remind people that. Spix can take a joke. We all can take a joke. We don't need you guys to protect us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it offends some people, then good.
Yeah. But it's just, it's a shame seeing that go, and then maybe we can work on it. When the first script Miguel wrote, because Miguel wrote the second episode, I co-wrote the first one with Carlos. Miguel's script intimidated me.
What?
I was like, damn, I'm like, this guy's way better than me. I'm fucking horrible.
Damn, bro, really? I mean, I thought your script was pretty good.
I look back at it, but damn, I was just like young, and it is good. It is funny, but like when I first read that, like that intimidated me. And Miguel as a writer intimidated me for like a year or two.
Damn, I didn't know that. I thought it was my cock.
No, because I was like, damn, Miguel's going to school and he knows all this stuff. I'm just like some doof who like, I just like, taught myself everything. And like,
well, I will credit my school with giving me a good base, to be honest, like.
But I think me and you have learned a lot of stuff. I think a lot of it comes from where I don't like to brag about myself. I think me and you are just naturally good.
Yeah, I agree, which is why I realized that I was like, I can't fucking be like pursuing like stand up anymore, because I'm like, I'm not naturally good at that. I confused making people laugh in conversation.
Yeah, it's not
with like going on stage, and I'm like, I feel like I could do it, but it's not nearly as lucrative any step of the way, because you can be a writer's assistant. You know what I mean? You could write for fucking like, I don't know, an MTV show. You know what I mean? You could literally be a writer for Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
But like to be like a stand-up, it's like you're bum, boom, you made it. Exactly. Yeah. But I was like, fuck that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, we've just so now we're working on something again, and Miguel doesn't intimidate me anymore. I feel like our stuff's on similar.
You turned me on now, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I look at our stuff, I'm like, okay, this is in the same tier now, or at least I feel like it.
Well, like, again, like honestly, I wouldn't have kept trying to do shit if I didn't think you had it in you. Because I've met a couple of people, and obviously I won't name them, but I'm like, I like them as people.
Yeah.
But I would see like the stuff that they made or their ideas, and I'm like, this is complete dog shit. And they might have even been like more motivated than me. You know what I mean? More disciplined, more determined. But I was like,
get them a job before us.
No, exactly, all this stuff. But I was like,
better.
But I don't think that the shit they're gonna end up making, like their peak. I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, me and Miguel, I think, are weirdly too similar.
Yeah, well, you know what this shit was tripping me. What was I doing? I was filling some forms out, and I kept noticing that they never included like Hispanic or Latino in race. And then Obi was telling me like, oh, well, you guys are technically not a race. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, why the okay, so
it's weird. I don't get it.
No, but I'm like, but everybody back home kind of looks like me. My cousins kind of look like me. You know what I mean? Like in the sense that we're all like kind of lighter skin, but we all have like black hair. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we're all like a little bit shorter. Like I'm like, we have clearly been fucked into a new race. And I'm like, and we're not the first ones. Like this has happened before.
Yeah.
And then like, cause they would be like, oh, choose like a race. And I would always click other. And I'm like, yeah, I'm part white and I'm part native, but that's like saying like a fucking like mule is like a horse. I'm like, no, a mule's a mule.
Yeah.
It was made by a horse and a donkey, but a mule's a fucking mule.
That's weird. I don't know what forms you're filling out, because I think for the last year I've just started checking like Hispanic on forms now. 'Cause I'm like, whatever.
No, it's because if it says ethnicity, then it has it on there. But
oh yeah, see,
Yeah.
I don't get the difference between ethnicity. I don't explain it to me, because I'm still not. I've had it
I
explained.
get, no, because like ethnicity is basically just a group of people, and they can kind of be different race, but they're, I guess like not. It's not really as much of a genetic thing. It's more of a cultural thing. And I'm like, I agree with that. Like, but I always thought Hispanic was a race and Latino was the ethnicity, because Latino just meant that we were
Latin.
from Spanish-speaking
Latin,
countries.
yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And now I'm like, well, then what the fuck am I? I'm like, I don't want. Like, I'm like, damn, I've been a cracker this whole time. Jesus, or like,
Cracker boys. Can
yeah.
we change? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we
like-
can't be. We can't.
Cool,
Right,
cracker
we can't pull
bomb.
the race. We can't pull the race card on the podcast anymore. Damn it, we're not minorities.
Exactly, I was tripping on it. But also I'm like, couldn't I claim nativeness then too? Because
Sure.
again, my dad looks like fucking, male Pocahontas. You know what I mean? Like, my dad looks like a fucking like what do you call it? My dad looks like a fucking the same as like a Navajo tribesman. Like that's what my dad looks like. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, clearly there's some mixing going on here.
Yeah.
Because he has green eyes, but he's like a fucking like dark hair, dark skinned man.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
and Miguel came out looking like the Tapatio guy, and I'm not even saying that in like stereotypical way. Miguel looks like the Tapatio guy.
yeah,
He
proudly,
does.
dude, that's a compliment. But
Pancho Villa.
yeah, Pancho Villa, Miguel Villa. I was what was I gonna? I was thinking of a Halloween costume,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'll be Juan Wick.
Juan.
But yeah, dude, that started tripping me out because Obi had mentioned it to me, and Obi was like, Obi was like, no, you just don't have a race, and I'm like, fuck you, bro, I have a race. I'm like, I was like, damn, I was like, this is weird. Like I never realized. Like I was like, this is real erasure here.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure we'll have either a far right or a far left eugenicist explain to me why my people don't exist.
Yeah. Your people don't exist.
You're like, actually, like the 1% of colonizer blood in you makes you a 100% colonizer. And other ones be like, actually, the 1% native blood have you makes you 100% savage. I was like, oh, thank you. Actually, that sounds pretty cool. I like being called a savage.
Yeah. That's what the kids call Jake Paul.
Oh yeah,
He's a savage.
yeah, it's a savage cracker. Fuck, I was something else I wonder. Oh, do you know who? Have you heard this shit about the Raiders coach? They got like his emails got hacked and he got all butthurt. Well,
I know. I hate the Raiders.
yeah, fuck the Raiders, but I thought it was like again, first of all, to me, like, okay, so his emails got hacked and they kept getting published online. And then the whole story was about how this fool, like, he said that he would call people who were like liars or some shit, like rubber lips. And then he called some black player like Michelin lips. But everybody's like, oh, it's so racist. But that's also like, well, maybe he was saying that he's like a really big liar, you know? Because like, there's in the emails, there's a record of him calling people of, white people too, like rubber lips, saying that, again, I don't know if it's liar or if they're like funny but it's an adjective, right? That has like, that's describing a type of behavior.
Yeah.
And then he,
Well, why did he specify Michelin for the black guy?
no, but that's what they say, because they're like, it could mean that he's like a really big, whatever adjective he wanted to, the euphemism is for, or he's saying he's a big lipped, guy, so he's called Michelin lips. So
I
they're
feel like
like,
that's probably it, because
no, I think so too, but the dude like resigned immediately because he's like, okay, but there's other thing that I thought was funny. They, the Redskins, like they're no longer like the Redskins.
Yeah, what are they? The
Washington football team.
I thought they picked the name. Wasn't it like Warriors or something?
No, they haven't. But cause I don't know if you know this, but some dude like basically like he copyrighted every like possible like name for the NFL, and now like and because he knew that someday this would happen, it would pay off, and it hasn't paid off. But he basically owns like Wildcats, like all these different names, right, for an NFL team. But anyways, the dude from the Redskins, the coach or the owner, he made the cheerleaders do like a topless shoot, and then he kept emailing them to this guy, and he was like, "Look at check this shit out." He was like, "Cool."
What?
And okay, again, that's I see that, and I'm like, this seems more like the real scandal here, right?
What? I'm still in shock.
No, but that's what I
that
mean. Like this
happened.
sounds like fucking like insane sexual like harassment or whatever. You know, like I'm like, this
I mean,
is
they
clear.
volunteered for it.
Yeah, no, but I mean like no. That's the
I
thing.
didn't
Like,
say that. I didn't say that. I'm sorry, people. I don't know the full story.
no, we
Wait,
don't know,
wait,
but that's
wait.
apparently not because nobody else has seen these pictures. Apparently,
What?
this was like a private thing.
These pictures are not out.
No, they're not out.
Where can I find them? It's disgusting.
All
if
the
they're out.
all the leaked emails are online, I think.
Okay, where? This is horrible that this happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Where?
Well, yeah. First of all, for the Redskins owner or coach, way to use your power, sir. But no. Okay. So that's the first red flag there. I'm like, all right, this seems like a bigger story than him just being like offensive. And then there's another story of him calling the Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, he called him a faggot. And then he's like, why are we allowing women to be refs? And then he's like, damn, now we have to have gay players too? And because there's a gay player in the Raiders.
So it sounds like he's just super base.
No, it sounds like he's just a 50-year-old white guy.
Yeah.
And again, the gay players in his team, you know, like,
Making money.
well, the point that I was like trying to argue with some fucking libtard on Reddit was like,
Stop arguing people on Reddit, you moron.
no, okay, but if we need to hack your DMs and private communications to find out that you have some bigotry in you, then does it even matter? Do you know what I mean? Like in the sense that like, how much can we ask of people
Yeah.
to even have like those like conversations be like pure of any like sin? Because I'm like, if we don't realize that you're a bigot by your actions, by your presence, by the way you look at people, by the way you treat people, all this shit, if we literally have to basically hack into reading your mind to find out that you have some opinions or thoughts that are, you know, offensive or wrong or something, then again, does it even, then it's kind of irrelevant. If there was literally no other way that they could find out that this fool thinks this shit besides doing that, then that means that his, you know, quote unquote bigotry has no effect on his behavior.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what I thought.
And here's what's crazy, since you bring that up.
Yeah.
There's only one thing that leads to. And again, not saying this is physically possible, but this is the exact mindset that leads to literal like thought policing, like in every,
of course.
like literally anyone who thinks this way would literally be okay with the government literally using technology to like thought police anybody.
I mean, they don't. Yeah, like
Minority Report, you know, stuff.
You gotta watch Watchmen HBO.
I'll watch it eventually.
I tell
Watch
you.
Squid Game. Watch.
No,
watch.
No, I'm saying no. Listen, watch Game HBO because I think it would help you with your vision of Brother, because it's similar to.
Bro,
but
it's the greatest masterpiece ever made.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
There's a lot of gay sex in it.
I wrote a bunch of it in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
there's a pretty intense. Sex
okay,
scene.
so that thing happened, right? And then I'm like, how is the biggest story though not the fact that this dude literally got fucking assassinated by a hacker? I'm like, how is this not the biggest? Obviously, like, who did this and for what purpose, right? Like, what purpose did this? Like, I'm like, why would you go after like a Raiders coach? Like, like, I would look at the guy who's getting his job. You know what I mean? I'm like, how is this not the biggest? Okay, this fool said like, first of all, he didn't even say anything that I thought was as bad as the fucking Billy Bush tape with Trump. And second of all, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't even be like, okay, so you read some dude's private emails. If we read everybody's private correspondence, nobody would have a job. That's a fact. And some dude would be like, well, I have personally never said bad things about women, minorities, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's not like the biggest sin in the world. Maybe what if you said your girlfriend's mom has nice tits? Right? Or what if you said like, oh, I wish my boss had AIDS?
Yeah.
Oh no, but I didn't use the no words or the, yeah. I'm like, dude, like
the biggest
everybody
sin in 2021 is racism.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, everybody like has said fucked up shit, and it's hard to explain to people context, especially when it's written down.
Yeah,
so, like it just looks like a legal document when you, especially an email. It just looks like this fool's just fucking
so
like
formal.
I know.
Did you hear about the Twitch hack thing?
Yeah, that it's like they got a lot of people's like passwords and like emails and shit.
They got the source code for Twitch.
Yeah,
whole
but it's
source
like
code.
it's like an insane hack, right? Where
Yeah.
like they can basically what do you call it? They can have access to like everybody's if you
Yeah.
use the same password
On
and
multiple
email,
things.
yeah, like it's over for you.
Yeah. Good thing I don't use Twitch. But
Yeah, me neither.
you just made me think how the biggest story that came out of that was the revenue that all the streamers make.
Oh, it came out. Really? They
Yeah.
revealed it? I thought that was public knowledge, though.
It pretty much is. That's what's funny was I don't know if you know
Yeah.
Moist Critical on he streams these on YouTube.
Sounds familiar, cause
He's the guy
yeah.
in that meme where he's like, "Whoa, yeah, baby."
yeah,
That
I
guy.
know who that guy is.
Love
yeah.
that guy. But
Yeah.
he did a video talking about it because he's one of the biggest streamers on Twitch,
Yeah,
and he's like, he was talking about. He's like, "How is this the biggest story? Like, A, it's irrelevant, and B, if you just look at people's subscriber count, because there's like the paid subscriber count.
right.
He's like, just look at that and multiply it by 3, and you know how much money everyone makes." He's like, "Why is this big drama?" He's like, they literally took the source code and everyone's passwords and everyone's everything. It's like, why
Right.
are you talking about how much money like all these people make when you could have just done the math yourself? Like for all this time, like it's not a secret. It's just people just focus on just ridiculous little things because people don't actually care. They pick the thing that offends them the most.
No, of course, but again, like this, has it been like speculated or released why the hack happened?
No.
No?
Apparently, the people who did it anonymously said that everything they revealed is just half of what they got. And
It seems strange, dude. What the fuck are you gonna get people out of Twitch if we have hours of them saying the N word? Like, what else are like they basically fuck up
yeah,
by their own like admission and power. Like, you don't need to hack them. We have the recording. They're literally surveilling themselves 24 hours.
listen, people are mad at the women on Twitch.
Oh, is that because the
fairly
big
certain.
titties and shit?
And they get all the money. And I don't follow I hear about the controversy and I don't care enough to read about this.
Yeah.
There's something about like I don't know. I'm assuming one of our listeners will know like whatever the Twitch like hot tub thing was.
Yeah, one of you 7 motherfuckers,
Yeah,
please
one of you 7.
email us at is it the culture bomb?
Let's not pretend we've ever checked our email.
No, I check it.
Okay, or you can just DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, you can DM us on Instagram or the email is the culture bomb podcast at gmail. But honestly, just DM us. We check the DMs all the
We'll
time.
respond, and if you're very nice,
We've had a
we'll-
couple of Indian or maybe Pakistani people ask us for money.
Yes.
Yeah,
We get a lot of DMs saying that we've won contests, which is
Yeah.
very exciting.
I know.
I love when I get those DMs. I get it on all my public accounts, like my promotional ones, where it's like, your song just went #1 at a billboard on this thing. And I just respond like in all caps with
Yeah.
I made a song, and then the account like deletes itself.
Yeah, I had one that was like, I see you're a fellow brother, and it had like the fist up emoji, and it was like, follow this guy for more like BLM stuff. And I'm like, did you get that from my George Floyd joke? That I was like this like big like activist.
I love that we use like there's certain hashtags that if you use, there are bots set to troll.
Yeah,
those.
NFT,
BLM,
BLM,
podcast,
yeah.
and they're set to troll those tags and just spam the comments because like we post like a clip from our podcast and we get like a generic copy and paste in the comments. Wow, this is so amazing! Please share here. And like I like to mess around and DM those accounts that it tells me to DM and just start like saying dumb stuff to them. But maybe I'll make a.
I wish they were real, bro, because
Yeah, I wish we had a real positive comment.
to get clicks, dude. Our fucking Kyle Rittenhouse videos, I think it's literally like mostly negative. Like it's mostly dislikes now.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. But no, like
Well, I think we offended everybody because I don't think you and I 100% agreed. So that means
no,
people
but
are
like the
that means
dude
that
missed up.
someone's offended by what we've said.
The main guy, who was like, actually, if Kyle Rittenhouse was black, he would have been shot by the cops. I'm like, we weren't talking about that. We were talking about how stupid you have to be.
Why didn't they shoot that black guy who shot up the school the other day?
No, and it's just like it's
Also not the conversation we were having.
No. I'm just saying, like, I was like, it was completely irrelevant to what we were talking. We were talking about how stupid the people were for like feeling empowered to be like, yeah, we're gonna take this white supremacist down. I'm like, he has a assault rifle and you have a skateboard, you fucking idiot. Like,
Hold up. I'm looking. So we have 5 likes, 4 dislikes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Comment. Punish Groiper Stormtrooper. He's based.
Yeah. we did get a lot of
Some
cool
random-
guys in the comment section.
Some random guy, based question mark. Did you intend to write biased? Oh brother, I'm sorry, but you guys are trolling. You know a black person was
Yeah,
shot up
see,
by the
that's the
cops
guy.
and stuff. Blah blah blah. Sit down, turn off the TV, turn off the noise cover, and same person, lay on the bed alone, turn off the lights, empty your mind, wait 3 minutes. So ask yourself, oh my, still talking about that. Would Kyle Rittenhouse still be alive? Giant comment war. It would still be self-defense. Yes, he would still be alive. What? Okay. Someone's just speaking like stereotypical black. That's so racist.
No, like, cause again, I think everybody misinterpreted us, and they think we're like fully like, or at least they think we're like fully red pill. We're like, hell yeah, he did this shit or whatever. I just think it's dumb they attacked him. I think it's again, I think the guy like was hoping that something like this would happen, but you know, what did you read?
Please don't hurt me for reading this. I'm just reading what
Do you need the beep?
No.
Okay.
Kyle situation is a Afro person going to a park where the Klan is burning a cross
What?
with AR and putting out the Klan's crossfire. Start running when they have a problem with it and turn around and kill them when they catch you. That's baiting, not self-defense.
What?
It's some white person typing in Ebonics.
Oh, but oh my god.
Or no, actually, maybe it's not Ebonics. I just read that. Yeah, I think it's like a southern accent. Okay,
Yeah.
no, not cancelable. That was rednecky. I don't know why they did rednecky. I figured they would be trying. I
So I don't understand what they're saying though.
They're saying what you say. They're saying that like it's just baiting.
Yeah, I thought the dude was baiting. It doesn't matter how intimidating the guy looks or like that he's clearly not on the side. Like,
Don't rush people with. That's how Uncle
No,
Ben
like,
got
just
killed
don't,
in the Amazing Spider-Man.
no, like, don't just if he would have attacked first, then
That's
yeah, he's
different,
completely in the wrong. But like, if you get at him first, you're giving him exactly what he wanted, and now not only that, you're giving him basically diplomatic immunity. You fucking idiots.
Listen, as I just said, that's how Uncle Ben got killed in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He went after that guy with the gun. That's a really bad movie.
Bro,
Do you know how many
they
people...
wasted such a good cast.
Yeah.
They had Sally Fields
You
playing
know she hated
Aunt
those movies
May.
so much.
Dude, they had Martin Sheen
Uncle
playing
Ben.
Uncle Ben. They had fucking what's this bitch's name?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone playing Gwen
Gwen Stacy.
Stacy, bro.
Yeah.
I never liked Andrew Garfield's casting.
Really?
No.
I don't like that much either.
No,
I'm
like
excited
he's
to
a
see
great
him back.
actor. I like him, but I was like, again,
Too handsome?
way too handsome. Because Tobey Maguire is like right in the middle. Where like he's obviously not an ugly guy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not like his type of like handsomeness is not that of like fucking supermodel. The way that Andrew Garfield, again, prettier than most women. I'm like, this is too
And
much.
Tom Holland's just the middle ground.
Yeah, like Tom Holland is perfect because he's like normal, above average looking guy. Guys has charisma, you know what I mean? Like it makes sense for Spider-Man. I felt the same way about Tobey Maguire. But Andrew Garfield, I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't need to talk to get pussy. He literally just stands in the corner, fucking doing with the fucking spider webs, and then like he literally just pulling them to suck.
And it's not rape because they want to do it.
No,
He wouldn't make them,
They love to do it.
in this story. He wouldn't be making them do it. They would do it on their own.
No, yeah,
he just wouldn't stop them.
No, listen, and he would give them an NDA for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's what you do.
that's what consent is.
Yes,
In Hollywood, is signing an NDA.
NDAs.
Yeah, it's like I will not talk about the sex that I like to that I wanted to have. What else I want to talk about? Ah, fuck, dude. I wish you followed like more MMA stuff because
I want to follow MMA, but I work every time there's a fight and I miss it every time.
Okay.
I saw the thing about the guy getting fired. Who got fired for like, but they won't fire.
Oh,
John
his
Jones.
name is Luis Pena.
Luis Pena. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So here's the difference. The difference is that fool, that John Jones has done a lot of stupid shit, but
Hasn't he punched his?
no,
wife
but
or
that's the
whatever?
thing. He had that was the first charge. Luis Pena, this is his third arrest for domestic violence.
Mm.
So I do like. It sounds fucked up to say that they should have like less moral obligations for UFC, but at the end of the day, they are fucking cage fighters. You know what I mean? It's kind of
What
like
do you expect?
yeah,
They gotta
basically.
get their. That's the punching bag.
No, but I mean in the sense of like, what job can they get then? Like, what would be considered more like literally fighting for your life? You know what I
And
mean? Than
living with
fighting
a
in a
UFC
cage.
fighter.
No, but okay, no, but no, but for real, here's like again, the difference will always be the conviction,
Yeah.
right? John Jones hasn't been convicted. The wife didn't press charges, so like,
Mm,
and also he makes way more money.
yeah.
You know what I mean for the company. But I do believe that like,
Isn't John Jones arrested like every other day though?
he's been arrested a bunch of times, but
Yeah.
some stuff I don't give a shit. Like when he got arrested during the pandemic for driving drunk and like talking to a homeless person and like shooting his gun in the air. I'm like, yeah, like that's stupid. That is technically a crime, but like, is it like super immoral? You know what I mean?
I think driving drunk's very immoral.
No, but I don't think he was driving drunk. Sorry, he was in his car drunk, or I don't know, something like
Just
that.
chilling on the side of the road in his car. He got drunk once he pulled over.
Well, anyway, what I'm saying is like nobody got hurt, right?
Yeah.
This is the difference. To me, what was bad was when he crashed into a pregnant chick, and then he fled the scene. I'm like, that's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. I do feel like, again, super anti-cancel culture. But I think if you get convicted of anything like murder, rape,
Yeah, that's different.
you know what I mean, like domestic violence, like things like that, like hard felonies like that, like yeah,
Your cancellation is called going to prison.
yeah, exactly. So like you lose your job because
Yeah,
you are going to jail.
that's how you should. That's why people should be losing their jobs when they go to prison.
Yeah, I totally understand when it's like
Because anything
crimes
less-
and especially crimes like that.
Because anything less than that just makes you a scummy person. And I'm like, cool.
I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scummy people, I think, should be allowed to have jobs.
Oh, you committed fraud? I really don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, that'll send you to prison.
No, I know, but I'm
So,
saying
yeah.
like in terms of like
Yeah.
oh, you sold drugs. I don't give a shit. You know, oh, you punch your wife. Well,
It's
did
pretty
she
messed
fight
up.
back?
Was
No,
she
but-
giving you an attitude?
Let me see if I can.
Was
Fuck.
it justified?
Oh, whoa! I just put a random video. No, no. Listen, this would require actually producing the show. But there's like this really like he's like the most famous like MMA journalist. His name is Ariel Hawani. I'll just send you the clips later, and you'll enjoy him. But you know Brendan Schaub, right?
Of course I do.
Okay, so he has been like annihilating him on his show for like 3 weeks like straight, because Brendan said that like I'll give you an example. So for the Jake Paul fight with Woodley,
Yeah.
Ariel was the dude in the ring announce, like the guy interviewing them post fight. And then Brendan said on the show like, oh, they offered me that gig and I said no, and that's why that fool got it. That's one of the things that he said that has pissed this fool off because it's not true. And so
he's just lying.
no, but like it's getting to the point where like he's even like basically like Brendan Schaub said that like, oh, this fool fucking cried or whatever. And then like then Ariel went on his show and he was like, oh, I cried? And he's like, do you remember why you cried on your show? And he's like, I'll leave it at that.
Why did he cry on his show?
He cried on his show when Chris D'Elia got caught doing his wild shit.
Why?
Because I guess they were really good friends, like Brendan and Brian
I just
Count.
want you to know that if you got canceled and you got caught doing something, I wouldn't cry. You gotta see the ID, buddy.
No, but dude, when you meet people like on like dating apps, because I went on her profile and it says 21.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say any names, obviously, but that happened to my friend with some chick told him she was like 18, blah 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 blah, and then he saw something on her TikTok where she said she was 16 or 17.
Jesus
And
fucking
he
Christ.
Denver's like, what the hell? And she's like, I'm so sorry, but I knew you wouldn't have blah 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 with me if like you. I'm like, yeah, you stupid bitch, because I'm not trying to go to prison.
Dude, I know, dude. That it happened to me in the pandemic too. Like I was just like on dating
You
apps.
banged a child. Yeah.
No, I was not banging a child, but again, I was talking to some girl.
You're right. You never do that by accident.
No, dude,
It's always
because no,
intentional.
I mean, because how would that even happen by accident? You know, like, because I don't talk to women on the street. I'm just on dating apps, and dating apps are
where they lie. Yeah.
exactly. They're supposed to be like 18 and up, and like,
Yeah.
she was like, she told me, it's fine. I've been with older guys before, and
So
I'm like, first of all, bitch,
you a victim.
no. I was like, good for you, but I'm not gonna be one of those guys.
Yeah.
And also, I told her two things. I was like, listen, once, you can't do this to people because like you're trapping them and you're making me part of a thing
Yeah.
that they might not want to be a part of,
Mhm.
which is where I fall. And then I
Yeah.
told her, I was like, also, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Don't do it. You're gonna get played, and it's gonna be worse than if you just get played by a dude your age.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, if older guys are going specifically for like women like you, then they're gonna be more scummy,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's
And
good
listen,
behavior.
Listen, I get conflicted about that shit because I'm also like, okay, when does it become? When is it like what do you call it? When are you infringing on the woman's right to like, try to date whoever she wants?
Anything over 18 is fine.
No. I believe that, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, if we are gonna believe that they're adults, then we should treat them like adults.
Yeah.
But I was telling her more like in the sense of like, if you're looking for something serious, you're not gonna
You're not
find
gonna
it
get
exactly. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then
Maybe
I
for some
blocked her.
weirdo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I told her, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, don't, like, you think this is like funny or like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're making me a part of a thing that I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Just they're kids. I don't have the maturity to understand that stuff.
I know.
Miguel, this is why I only bang women that are older than me.
Oh, interesting.
At
No,
least 50.
Yeah, because again, I have my Tinder to 21 and up because it's not even like,
Yeah, if you're gonna lie and say, at least say you're 18. Don't say you're 21. Damn it.
no, because it's not even because I'm like super like against like, I guess like dating somebody that's younger. Again, it's more like, where am I gonna take this bitch?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, it's not even just that because I don't do nothing like that. I'm just too boring. I think there's, and I'm 23. I
Yeah.
think there's such a huge like mental disparity between me and like 18-year-olds and like 19-year-olds.
Yeah,
It's
when I was your age, I remember when I was this like, yeah, she was 18 or no, she was like 19, and I was like, I don't know, like I was like, yeah, I guess this is like normal, but then like we kept talking, and I was like,
it's too much.
yeah, we got nothing in common.
And
The
just
generational like shift, you can already feel it like 3 years, 4 years in. I'm like, it literally already feels like I'm fucking 50 years old compared to
yeah,
like this
and it's
chick.
not even just that. I just think there's like so much like maturity and like how you view life and
Yeah,
how you
they're
view-
full of hope.
Me
So
and Miguel have
fucking
been
full of
broken for years.
Broken since I was probably like 22.
I've been broke
Yeah.
since I was 16 at least.
No, well, something weird happened to me when I was like 15. It broke me, and then when I was 16, it was like the best year of my life. And then it kind of went to shit again when I was like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what happened. Then at 20, I was like, I fucking lost all hope.
My life has sucked since day one. There's just been moments where it sucked a little less.
Yeah. I just remember seeing like when I was when I was like 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend at the time was 18. And her friends would all date dudes that were like 23, 24.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess this is like normal. And then now I'm 23, 24, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll give it a shot. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck were these guys doing? I'm like, they were faking it the whole time. I'm
Yeah,
like, no
I
fucking way they
can't
had
do
anything in common with these women.
You can't find an emotion. I can't find an emotional connection. And I think like we goof around and I say stupid stuff on here.
Yeah.
But I think in my head I'm a lot more mature than I am. Cause like I say dumb things that like in terms of what I actually want, like when I'm not being goofy, like I feel like I'm. It's just there's such like a, I try to talk to people that are my age, and I'm like, come on, like or a little younger than me.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, Miguel,
I don't
chill.
know. Damn, it was a cable.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm like, get your life together, man. Like you're 21, you're 22. Like what do you want? Like what's I don't know.
Yeah, like I get conflicted between the like typical like man thing where I'm just thinking of like, oh, like
I want the hottest woman out there.
yeah, no, but like someone relatively younger so that when I'm older she's still younger,
Yeah.
But I've also noticed that when I go with girls that are close to my age or my age, I get along with them really well.
Yeah.
Like that's happened to me, and I'm like, fuck.
I told you only
yeah.
people that are older than me.
No,
I
I
don't
did
know
that
why.
once, and she was a terrible because she was like a princess, you know, in the sense of like, oh, she's single because nobody has ever been good enough for her.
One of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I've only had nut jobs.
Dude, I was 23 and she was fucking 30.
That's
Yeah.
That's a variation of my situation at the moment.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just.
But I'm not getting. I'm not in any weird princess. No one's good enough for me. You can see that coming from a mile away. Like you can just tell by the way people carry themselves.
I thought that it was like an act, but then once we were actually dating, I'm like, you can't keep being like this. We're already together. Like, why are you playing fucking like hard to get? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, you have my fucking my like name under your like Instagram profile, and then I still have to like entice you to like go out with me. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Dude, I don't know. Sometimes you don't see it coming. I can never tell when women are nuts. I always find out like when I'm in too deep. I'm like, oh, you're insane. Like, and it's literally always like insane, like unheard of levels, like acts, like stuff that I could make, videos about that people would like watch and be entertained, but in the moment was not entertaining for me at all. Like just like insane, like compulsive liars, like my last girlfriend.
Yeah.
Compulsive like liar, and I didn't realize it until the end. And like I remember after I broke up with her, I was like, this woman's gonna come in one day and be like, oh, here's your kid, by the way. I was just I was like, wait, what was she lying to me about? And I was literally like holding my breath every day, like for months.
Yeah.
And I was okay. All right, we're good.
I think to me, like the only my first girlfriend ever was like somebody that I was like kind of scared of. You know what I mean? She was that type of crazy, and I think that's like kept me away from like the first hint that I get of shit like that from like another girl. I'm like, I'm out of there.
Yeah,
immediately, because I'm like, I never want to go through that again.
And I'm not gonna lie. Like, I see the signs like from that one crazy one in like people my friends are talking to, like they'll tell me something, I'm like, nope, I'm like, this is the one. And everyone knows that story from me because I tell it to everyone because it's funny. And like I tell them like, this is the one. I'm like, this is the same type of stuff that would happen. Like, this is a crazy person. You know what? I'm always right.
No, yeah, and I'm like, it was never worth it.
No, it was not worth it.
I know.
It's worth it in the moment, and then afterwards I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
The post
at first it's like, and then it's like, let me see if there's one that fits.
Okay.
Nope.
Maybe.
No.
A few moments later.
That really doesn't fit.
Wait. I think I might have one here. Hold up. No, I tried to make those work. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, definitely not that one. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, at first it's like, and then it's like, oh, what the? Is this thing not working?
Nice job, Miguel.
Oh my God. Where is the thing?
This is a great joke that's made
oh my
God.
God.
By the fact that it's broken.
Shut up, bro. I connected it to, I'm fucking retarded.
Come on.
There we go.
I think it's funnier this way.
No. Okay. All right. Forget about it, guys.
No, I want to hear it now.
Okay.
I
so
need the payoff.
When you with the crazy girl at first is, and then it's.
I thought you were gonna play the really.
Let's see. No, I'm not gonna play that one. But yeah, dude, fuck. This turned into. I've never listened to Guys We Fucked, but I assume it's something like this, except probably way more specific.
Yeah.
And also, if that's the thing of the podcast, like you have to be the biggest whores in the world to keep making content, right? Like it's like, it's like fuck my boyfriend again.
I'm like a third of the way through already.
Yeah, the fucking
my content. I couldn't make a whole. I couldn't stretch this out. I could probably stretch it out to a whole episode. But I couldn't do more than one.
I don't know. I kept it as specific as I ever would. I don't think it's like.
I wouldn't go more specific.
No, I don't. I don't think it's nice.
Yeah.
It's.
We'll talk about this off air all the time, but yeah.
Yeah. This is very like old stuff. Yeah. Except when what would you even call it when someone pretends that they're older than they are?
Catfish. but with
I guess
age.
catfish. Yeah.
When you got baited.
Yeah.
Jail-baited.
Jailfished. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. In the pandemic.
Yeah, nice one.
She got me good. I'll give her that. Yeah. She gave me a good scare. Jesus Christ. I remember at the moment I was like, I hope my sister never did this. You know what I mean? I kept thinking, I was like, I fucking really hope my sister's not one of these people.
I think those women are particularly messed up.
Yeah. My sister has a father. Well, I think this was a good episode.
Do we have a recommendation?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Don't watch Halloween Kills.
No, I have a recommendation. Do
What is
watch
it?
Halloween Kills. That was entertaining.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah, if you want to be entertained and not like think about the artistic quality of the movie.
No,
about
it's not
a
even.
guy in a
It's
mask.
well made. Again, I just didn't like the ending. That it's like I thought it was a shitty cliffhanger. Okay, guys, listen. I don't give a fuck. All right, this spoils it for you. Listen, there's gonna be another one because that fool cannot die.
Yeah.
Right, but
He's gonna die in the next one.
yeah, but if you're like me and you're not like a big fan of horror movies, I would still watch it because if you like violent movies, if you like honestly, this kind of felt like an action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It's
pretty,
not scary. I remember.
No, it's not scary.
When I told Miguel, I insisted Miguel to go watch Halloween Kills. He was like, "Is it scary?"
No, I asked that about the first one because I was gonna watch that alone in my apartment. And I was like, if it's scary, I don't.
He said, "I want to see some Hereditary type stuff." I was like,
No, hell no.
There are very few films I've seen that are like Hereditary.
Yeah,
That was a disturbing movie. Well, I have a real recommendation,
go ahead.
and it's another comic book, and it's called Something Is Killing the Children. What are you reading your finger for?
I just because you were something is killing the. And I was gonna be like,
Yeah, it's called
cops.
Something Is Killing the Children. It's by the guy that wrote the other comic I recommended, Nice House on the Lake. His name's James Tynion, and this book, I was just walking to the comic book store and I was just trying to get a new issue, and I was walking past the shelf, and just the title on the cover caught my eye, and like I turned it over, I was like, oh, what's this about? And like the description was like, her name is Erica Slaughter and she kills monsters. Like, okay, this sounds fun.
nice.
And it's such a good book. It's like, it says this in all the critics reviews they post on the front. It's very much like Stranger Things, gory, it type stuff. Like the opening of the book is literally like kids getting slaughtered by this giant spider, like ripped in half and like guts everywhere. So like it's a violent book, but it's pretty sick. I've been enjoying it. I like the characters. I like the writing's been very good. It has a good like mystery. I'd recommend it. It's a lot of fun. And it's like if you want a comic book that's kind of like Stranger Things type vibes to it, I'd recommend it. It's still ongoing, but they have 3 volumes out right now, so check that out. It's good. Recommend it. It's a smaller studio comic too.
All right.
So
I don't know, I feel like you consume way more content than me.
maybe.
Or maybe it's just I think I just play more video games, and that's why it takes more. That takes a lot of time,
Yeah,
you know.
Mr. PS5.
It's pretty cool, bro. I
Yeah.
beat Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. I realized that all the subtitles are euphemisms about your butthole.
Oh,
Rift Apart, Size Matters. I think there's one called like Unleashed. Like I don't know. Let me see. Actually, hold up. Come on, we got a couple seconds. Let me just look up Ratchet and Clank titles, and they all have pretty cool. Let me see. All right. Yeah. So Rift Apart. Hold up. I'm looking at them. No, it just shows me the fucking new one. All right. Listen, guys, this is a great podcast.
It
God
always is.
damn it. I'm trying to okay, yeah. Okay. So so it's Ratchet and Clank, the first one, right? It's just normal. Then it's Up Your Arsenal.
Yep, I remember that.
Size Matters, Full Frontal Assault, A Crack in Time, Quest for Booty, and Going Commando.
Yeah.
Amazing, bro. I was like, how the fuck did I not notice this? Yeah, this one Deadlocked. Maybe that's
When you clench the butt.
yeah, it's something that when you like dock and you can't separate your dick from the other guys.
Yeah. So
I
that's
don't
a
know.
fun way to end the podcast.
Yep.
Beep, 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 beep.